Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me know what you're reading. And we'll just go ahead and start with that so I don't forget. What are you reading, Tiffany?
I am reading the third Sophie Kimball an ebook. Wah, wah, still. But I only read a few pages a day because my eyes are so tired by the time I get home from work
Yeah.
that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to finish it in any certain amount of time, so I don't feel, too pressured with, that. So reading that, and then on audiobook, I started, what did I start? I started, why'd you sign me out, you dirty bird? Um, oh, Bird. I started the 15th book in the Meg Langslow series.
Oh, hey, there you
Why is it doing that? Have you guys been having trouble with Miami Hoopla?
go. I don't
I
have
don't have
mine
it,
on this
so
one. But I've been having trouble with Libby in general. Like when I go to try to listen to something and I click on it and it goes forever and round and round and round. And I'm
Oh,
like, come on, will you just do something? And I get tired, so I start pushing buttons trying to get it.
yeah. Well, this it did it to me yesterday too. When I went to get on Hoopla, it had signed me out. So I have my information saved, where I can just hit and it'll populate, and it said couldn't find user. So I'm like, okay, forgot, or a user's name doesn't match password. I'm like, it's saved. It's always the same thing. I mean, it's saved. So I was like, okay, forgot password. So I had to completely reset it. It worked. It let me. And now it's doing it again. It's saying that the username and password doesn't match. And I'm like, I saved it with the new stuff from yesterday. Anyways, not
They
that
must
big of
be
a deal.
having a glitch in their stuff or something.
Yeah. Oh well, then I'll
That's
get it figured out.
that's a
potentially.
pain, though. Yeah.
So, and I'm
But
gonna
you
write a
can.
NetGalley review during the first sprint. So,
Oh, there you go. I am going to be listening To Have and to Hoax by Martha Waters.
oh, that's
I'm
cute.
already 100 pages into this. I started it on my way into work this morning and then listened to it on my drive home. I'm not sure about this one. It's so the basic plot of it is that they're married and they stopped talking, so they're now estranged. And she's like trying to get back at him, and it seems all very childish. Like she's gonna pretend she's sick to see what he does. Like I'm like, really? What are you, 12? Like it just, I don't know. So I'm gonna give it a bit more time, and we'll see. So
I
I'm
don't
reading
do
this one.
very
I know a
well
lot
with
of people
romances
like
where
it.
they're already married or whatever and things. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm just like, I don't know. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna be listening to. What about you, Storm?
I I finished Dog Squad yesterday, everybody. It was
Oh,
really cute. If you like
Yay!
animal books, I know some people don't, but I like the fact that they can talk to each other, but the humans can't understand them. So that's cute.
makes sense.
And I am still working on Bright Young Dead, so I am not getting very far. Only on like page 95. And and I'm also listening to Hidden Summit, which is Virgin River number 15, I think.
Mm.
So my friend and I
Wow.
are buddy reading that one, and she's already finished. So I'm like, well, crap, I got to squeeze it in here somehow.
Hello,
And
audiobook.
Well Done came in like last night. I was saying that I was gonna buddy read it with Sherry, but she's like, "Well, I only have like an hour left, but we'll talk about it when." So I'm like, try to
Same
squeeze
old
that one
thing.
in at some point.
Yeah,
It
I just need to
It's
finish.
Yeah.
almost a drop everything and listen because I really like that series. It's my favorite one from Stuart Gibbs. And I'm working on the Discovery, which is
I'm gonna say you got 30 books on the go.
Right.
And that's fine. We're not here to judge.
and I have Just Plain Murder on
There you
this
go.
one this one going too on here if we want to.
Well, I've got two other books that, but I'm gonna because I want to knit. I'm gonna listen to an audiobook.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's like I got plenty to pick from. It just depends on what my mood is, I guess.
Right?
So let's see. Alicia says, "Hello, everyone. Tonight reading Alaska Showdown by Sarah Varland and Love Inspired Suspense. Enjoying. Cool.
Excellent.
Nice.
And Cajun says, "Hi, everyone. Just finished spring at the Little Duck Pond Cafe And not sure what I will start. Okay.
What did
How
you
about number
rate
2?
that?
I was going to say she'll probably go into number
Yeah.
2. And Jessica says, hello, everyone. I'll be reading Cabin at the End of the World. And Cheryl says, hi, everyone. Not sure what I'll be reading today. I will probably read a book, but also work on editing a manuscript for a friend. Well, that's cool.
Ooh, fun.
It's productive. I hate when it does that. When it like scoots everything up and then I lose my spot. Cav says, hi. I'm getting a start on my Amish in April reading Pinecraft Refuge by Lenore Worth. Cool.
Excellent.
The Amish vacation destination.
Oh, is that the one that's the Florida?
Yeah, the Florida Pinecraft place.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
We should
cool.
send Tiffany there to get pictures.
Yeah.
There's a Mennonite community, what, about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes away, Sarasota.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm like so hot, like my hands are sweaty. This is horrible. Trying to hold on to my
Meanwhile, I'm
mouth.
sitting here going, should I grab a sweater?
Yeah. And then he just says, hi, everyone. Today I'll be reading A Trip with Trouble by Diane Kelly.
Excellent.
Yay.
And Nadine says, hi, everyone. This evening I will start, I don't know how you say it. Is that Mamie? Mamie? By Jessica George. I thought I would give it a try as everyone seems to be reading this book. I've seen it mentioned, like, well, not even like seen it mentioned, but I've seen it's supposed to be like one of those books that you hear about, like I guess it's a hyped book or something, but yet I've not heard anybody talk about it. One of those. It was in a magazine. I think it was like I got from the library. Like they have the little library magazine that you can get. And it's like, here's this book. And I'm like, I haven't even heard of it. And they just said, Cajun, how did you like the Little Duck Pond Cafe? And then Cheryl says, hello, Storm, Tiffany, and Sarah. And Mel Mac, hi, Storm. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Sarah. Hi, everyone. I'm currently about halfway through Wuthering Heights. But are you reading on it, or are you just still currently halfway? At least read a page so you can say, look, I read something.
I'm at halfway through plus 1 page.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't have to answer that, Mel Max. Stay strong.
Purple Reinhardt said, hi, Storm, and Tiffany, and Sarah, reading Book, Line, and Sinker. Yay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
I was going to tease Mel Mac about how far behind is she on that read along with Jen McKinley. Since she's stuck on Wuthering Heights. And Cajun said that she really liked it. 4 stars. It was very sweet.
Nice.
I'm glad.
And Carrie RN. Well, hello, Carrie. Says, hi, I'm reading A Spinster's Guide to Danger and Dukes by Amanda Collins. And that sounds like something that would be interesting.
That I would like.
Are you liking it, Carrie? Because that sounds interesting.
I've read that author, I think.
Yes, here you go. Purple Reinhardt says, Mel Mac, weren't you halfway through Wuthering Heights in the last slide? Oh, being called out, Mel Mac.
I did not say a word.
And Jesse says, hi, ladies, hi, everyone. I'm still reading The Hidden One by Linda Castillo.
Excellent.
And Nadine says, Cajun, oh, good. I'm glad you liked it. Definitely on my want to read list. Cool.
Awesome.
And Jessica Lynn said, hello, ladies and everyone. Tonight I will be continuing with Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hilbert. I am 159 pages in, so I'm going to guess that's 49%, not 409.
409%. Good for you, Jessica. She's read it
tonight.
4 times.
And Cheryl says, I think during the first sprint I will write on my own book. Well, there you go. That's productive. And Max says, Tiffany, I responded to you at the end of yesterday's live, but I don't know if you saw it before it ended. I hadn't watched a full episode of the UK Ghost, but I've seen clips.
How is it?
Hello, Jennifer. And I'm not even going to try that last name. So hello, Jennifer. Let us know what you're reading. And hi,
Mhm.
Kelly. What you're reading. And Tina says, hello, y'all. Today I'm a little bit frustrated, but I'm going to try and take a turn and be happy. So I'm going to be starting Eggnogs, Extortions, and Evergreens by Tony Capos.
Aw,
There you
well,
go.
Tina, I hope it
Read-
gives you some laughs.
Yeah, I was going to
That's
say,
a
read a
good-
book that you know that you like and that you'll laugh at. That's a good one.
Yeah, and that's a good series to choose when you just,
Melmac says the UK ghost version of Trevor isn't wearing pants for a very different reason. Uh-oh.
Come here. Come on, baby.
Is that Rochelle? Maybe? Not sure if
Rochelle,
I'm
yeah, it looks
pronouncing
like it.
that wrong. Let me know. It says, hi, everyone. New here from, okay, what is
New
that?
Brunswick. It's
New
New
Brunswick.
Brunswick.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
I am halfway through So Deadly and loving it. Yay!
Yay!
Oh, we're happy to
Excellent.
have you here.
We're
Welcome,
happy
welcome.
you're reading so deadly.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh.
Hi,
And
Val.
Lady Val says, hi, everyone. I think I'm going to pick Murder Mystery Book Club back up. Okay. And looks like I'm at my time. So, Melmac says the Purple Heart. Yes, I will. I want to take my time reading it. That's my story. I'll stick into it.
Tell me, baby.
You're reading it, Melmac, not writing it. Shouldn't take it. Sorry, I had to.
And notice still.
The angel hasn't said a word.
That's right. See? Even Sarah recognizes it.
They've like got. Oh, there it is. I was like, they've changed everything on here.
Come on.
Mm.
Was going to try to do something here. No. No.
Oh,
Yay!
excellent,
kitty.
Storm.
Okay, so now if I can set it to going, we'll be good. So happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
Good. I'm at 17% in the Meg Langslow. It's the hen of Baskervilles.
Nice.
Their title's always funny.
Mm-hmm. I did not quite get a chapter finished because Garrett came up to talk to me, and we ordered dinner, so that was productive.
Hey,
Oh.
there you go. Yeah.
What are you getting for dinner?
Fish and chips.
Ooh, yum.
And I got to 36%. I don't remember where I started off with, but I'm about like there. And I'm on 130, page 134. So I think this is entirely too long for a historical mystery because it's almost 400 pages.
Oh my
Ooh.
goodness.
And I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. I'm reading. I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah, that's long.
Mm-hmm.
And Cheryl says, I get it. I have a bunch of books on the go too. All right.
Me, yeah.
We're all
Always.
familiar.
And Tina says, hanging out with y'all, started a Camper and Criminals book, fixing and finishing a messed up crochet project will hopefully brighten my day. Well, I hope
Fantastic.
Good. I hope so. I hope so.
so. Jennifer says, reading Point of No Return.
Oh.
Dana Mintic, I don't know how you say that.
And Tink, yep.
And listening to Carbs and Cadavers by Ellery Adams. I like that series.
Me too. And the Pine of No Return, at first I was thinking the Ellery Adams series, but that's that Shake Shop series. I do want to try that series.
Those covers are just delightful.
They are. Hey, Pat.
Hi, Pat said, good evening, everyone. Can't decide what to read tonight.
If you need
a lot of people's problems tonight. But.
Yep.
Ashley says, hi, y'all. Don't know what I'm reading tonight. There you go. And Annie says, hi, all. I'm reading The Librarian by Valerie Keel. And Melmac says, I'm wording it carefully. About halfway through is the truth. Currently reading is not. And Pat says, Harlequin Intrigue, French Quarter Fatale by Joanna Wayne, or Pray for Silence by Linda Castillo.
Both I've read. Both are fantastic.
And I've only read the one, so I say pray for silence. And Melmac says the Jim McKinley and the Southern Sewing Circle read along. I read January so far.
Good for you.
Better than nothing, Melmac. You're on your way.
Mm-hmm.
And Karen said, hi, Stormy. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Sarah, everyone. I'm still reading Redemption Arc by Alistair Reynolds.
Nice.
And Jessica Lynn says, are we in the Twilight Zone? Stormy sticking on Melmac and Tiffany sticking up for her? Something feels off. Oops. Forgot one here. Hi, Cozy says hello. Reading Sprinkles of Suspicion by Kim Davis on page 19.
Another one that has really cute covers. Another series.
And Carrie says, I've read all the books in the Mandy Collins Ladies Most Scandalous series and have loved all of them. The one I'm reading is the third book. Cool.
Nice.
And Jessica Lynn says, sorry, 49%. Oh, because earlier whenever.
409%.
Yeah. And Rebecca said, hi, everyone. Still reading Assaulted Caramel by Amanda Flower. Still enjoying it. Yay.
Awesome.
And Purple Reinhardt said to Jessica Lynn, it's the Matrix that we're all in. And Cozy saying hi. Yep, they're like got the same. That's why I was like, they got the same name except spelled a little bit different. So. Jessica Lynn says to Purple Reinhardt something different. And Caden says, wait, I was updating my spreadsheet. Someone is pantless.
Not me.
In the there's a TV show on CBS called Ghosts, and one of the ghosts they appear as they died, and one of the ghosts has no pants on in the show.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Food must have arrived. Melmac says Tiffany and her self-appointed Halo. It's suspicious.
Who said it was self-appointed? Many people have done me an angel. Okay, well, depending on how you define many. A few in life.
My cat meowed. I forgot to stop it. I was like, wait, there was a cat meowed. I don't have cats. And Mel Max says a Cajun, it's a character in the Ghost. He died with no pants.
There you go.
And Tiffany, I haven't had any issues with Miami Hoopla.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
And Mel Max says CVS, not CVS, not a drugstore. Although maybe a character walking around without pants may need something from a drugstore.
Never know.
Hi, Breezy says, hi, all. Just got home from work and I'll be making dinner and starting Homecoming by Kate Morton. My pre-order arrived today. I'm so excited. Cool.
It's so good to see you. What are you having for dinner? I just realized I always ask and I never share. I had tortellini and garlic bread.
I just had like some ground hamburger with some cream cheese and cheese in it, and I just put some like flavoring in it, and I add a little ketchup and mustard, and I don't know. It was a bowl of hamburger. I needed something quick, and I made Dad like with the hamburger like a little hamburger soup because he likes soups. I don't like soups, so
yeah,
he had like cabbage and carrots and stuff, and like a soup thing with the hamburger.
Gotcha.
And Cajun said, Mama, I think I saw the first one. I should watch some more of them. I am the storm of streaming shows. I watch a bunch of first episodes and don't go back.
Yeah. Yes, I do that sometimes.
I actually think I might have watched the first episode of Ghost to see what it was about, and then I didn't go back and watch it either. So. And Sherry says, hey, everyone, just got home. We'll be listening to the end of Well Done by Stuart Gibbs. Makes me want to listen to it now. Jessica Lynn said they probably wouldn't let them in if there was CVS.
Hey, the sign only says no shirt, no shoes. Doesn't say anything about pants. Maybe it should, yeah. But I'm just saying.
And Danielle says, hi, everyone. Hi, Nicole. Dusty Book Sniffer. Good morning, everyone.
I love that name.
And Jessica says, I decided to switch over and read Killer Research by Jen McKinley. I approve. And the hidden one is good, but I needed a break from it at chapter 25 of 36.
Gotcha. Nice.
The hidden one, is that the Linda Castillo one? Because I could see needing a break maybe in that one.
Yep.
And Cheryl says, I wrote 333 words. I think I listened to the book for a while. To Steal a Heart by Jen Toronto, a Christian mystery.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Val read 2 chapters and you made it to 16%. Jessica Lynn says, I made it to 204 of Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. Only have about 110 pages left, so hopefully it can finish in the next sprint. You go, girl.
You can do it.
Jessica Ann read 20 pages. Anita got 49%. Cozy made it to page 40. And
wow.
Paul Reinhardt, 47 pages. And Nicole, it says he is editing for her craft channel.
Oh, which craft channel?
She sews and does, I think, like cross stitching and embroidery and stuff. When I watch her, when I've seen some of her, I watched your last like the Booker, whatever, women's prize, whatever it is, and it didn't have a very good go at those books. It didn't seem like you didn't like much of them. I was like, oh, it's like one after another. She's like, oh.
Oh.
But in there, she has some B-roll footage of her like sewing and things like that.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
And Cajun said, made it to 14% of 1 potato, 2 potato dead. Farm to fork. Yeah, I read that one. And Jennifer said that she read 30 pages. Pat said, I decided to read Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglars by Tony Kappas up to chapter 2.
Excellent.
And Tina, I think that might be our bingo for the night. That's Tina said, read 12% and made some decisions with the Shaw on crocheting. Cool.
Excellent.
And Cav says, I'm loving the Pinecraft story. I'm listening to it on Audible. And
Oh,
the narration is really well done, adds an extra zing to the story.
I did not
Oh,
know it was
nice.
available on audio. Thank you very much for that, Cav.
And Sherry says, well, finished, well done, 4.5. Started, love that story by Jonathan Van Ness. You're making me like want to read my well done now instead of all these other books I got going. PK says, hello, just got home, fed Keo. I got Steve's dinner going, onion soup, potato, kielbasa, still reading Sworn to Silence. Definitely dark, Amish, gritty, and I'm liking it a lot.
Awesome.
Nice.
Cozy
And
saying
your
hi.
food sounds delicious.
And Cozy says dinner sounds delicious. Yeah. Melmac says to Jessica Lynn, I know, right? Tiffany, my defender, go figure. I miss a few live shows and everything seems to change.
We're just trying to keep you on your toes.
There's the eye roll.
Right. That's
you go.
right.
Says Melmac says it should go without saying, but the eye roll was for the sweet angelic Tiffany. And Cajun says I posted a link in the pet channel on Discord. It's a cat version of Bohemian Rhapsody, and it had me in stitches. If
It's hilarious.
That is funny. I'm gonna have to go check it out.
And Kelly said, still reading Secret Book Scone Society by Ellery Adams. I'm at 74%. That is like the one series I have not read by her, and I really need to start it. And Breezy said tortellini and garlic bread sounds delicious. I made quesadillas.
That sounds good
That
too.
sounds good too.
And Jessica said, I had chicken salad for dinner. And Cozy says, yum, Jessica. I'm about to start mine. Chicken nuggets, rice, and broccoli.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, and in my hamburger stuff, I did put some vegetables. I had broccoli.
Awesome.
And hey, Jarrett says made orange beef stir fry for dinner. Finally getting to read for the night.
That sounds delicious too.
Jessica Lynn said, Cozy, love the combo.
Whoa, Cairo, fancy
I
pants.
had that a lot. Hope it's yummy. Yum. And Nicole said, Darwin Lee Design Studio.
Brilliant.
You can look that up.
Thank you very much.
I cannot pronounce that. You can look that up. And Sherry said, hello, and said, thanks. It's one of my favorites too. Yeah. I always like chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicole said, yeah, the last 4 books were not like crash on at all. Yeah, they were. Yeah. I was kind of getting chuckled because it's like, I thought you said those like the last books you had to read. And it was like, it's kind of like you almost saved the last ones for, the worst ones for last without knowing that you were saving the worst ones for last. And Jared said, sorry. Hey, everyone seems to have disappeared. We're still here. And Nicole says, but I knew that they were my least favorites on the list. Okay.
Gotcha.
So you should have put one of those in each video. That way it wouldn't have been all the bad ones at once.
Oh, goodness.
And Cozy says, hi, Sherry, in case you didn't see it above. And Nicole says, I read the list for most anticipated to least. Oh, okay.
Okay. Makes sense.
And then she like popped up. That's her YouTube.
Thank you.
And Annie said to Breezy Ann, I read one book from Kate Morton and now I want to read them all. The Distant Hours. I hear a lot about Kate Morton, but I just don't know if she's my.
They're chunky, right?
I think so.
I've never.
Aren't they like historical, like fiction?
I love a good historical, but I think they're chunky monkeys.
Yeah. You got to be in the right mood for the chunky historical. And Sherry says, I had chicken stir fry for dinner. And Tiffany says, is Cairo feeling better?
He finished his last pill yesterday. So I hope he is. Fortunately, when I ask him, he just stares at me. So
He's like, what are you talking about? Feels better.
But I mean, I think he is. He's not messing with him anymore, which is the only
Sign,
suspicion that we had, because he never acted like he wasn't feeling well anyways. It was just him, so he stopped doing that. So I'm thinking that they're better. Thank you for asking, Gajan. That was nice.
And I just said she's late, but that's okay.
I'm never late.
And she didn't see it, so she's away then. And Annie says, yeah,
I
they
thought
are.
so. Did she write The Lake House? Why am I thinking that's her? Am I thinking somebody else?
I think I skipped this one where she said that she's read 2, and she's one of my favorites.
Ooh, awesome.
And Breezy said, yes, they are pretty hefty, usually dual timeline too, so jumps back and forth on timeline.
I do love those kind of books.
Kelly says Kate Morton has new book coming out this month. I think it's called Homecoming.
Oh, nice.
And Cajun says that sounds good that he's not messing with his ear.
Yeah.
And what are Amish books?
Books featuring Amish characters. There's several different kinds. You can get like Christian fiction ones, which are very religious. You can get the Linda Castillo series, the Kate Burkholder series, where it's very dark Amish. Basically, just books that feature characters who are of Amish religious beliefs. It's right,
or Amish adjacent. So like
Amish adjacent, yeah.
About like the Englishers in town, but there's still a lot of Amish featured. You can still
exactly.
Cozy mysteries.
Yeah.
Yes, Amanda Flowers, Amish Candy Shop.
Yeah. Oh, she did write The Lake House. It's one of my favorites.
I think because everybody in my office was reading it at one point.
The Distant Hour is a close second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So are we ready for another reading sprint? I put it for 30 minutes. Is that good?
Sounds good.
I actually think I'm going to hop off because I'm just so tired.
Okay.
You're fine.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I'll stick around you, Storm.
I will see you all on Friday. I'm pooped.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thanks, Storm.
Bye.
Yep. And happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
So, how did everybody do?
I finished my chapter and I ate my dinner. So productive.
Yay. Remember to stop the kitty this time. The last time I didn't, and it meowed at me, and I was like, I don't have a cat.
Because it gives you that 5-minute like break. Yeah. I've done that before.
So I decided to listen to Hidden Summit, which is Virgin River number 15.
Very good.
I'm 21% into it, so doing pretty good.
Fantastic.
And boy, this poor lady, her ex-husband, she moved to Virgin River to get away from her ex-husband because they've only been like divorced like a year, and he's already remarried and has a baby on the way. The baby he never seemed to want to have with her. And so she's like, I'm just leaving. He wants to be chummy and be best friends and thinks that she should be friends with his wife and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. So she leaves. He done followed her to Virgin River. Like, that dude don't give up.
Right? And thank you to whoever mentioned that the Pinecraft Refuge book was on Audible, because I went and looked at all my Harlequin books for this month, and 2 of them were available on audio. So I got that one plus the Intrigue book by Katie Richards.
Whoa.
So yay!
Yay. So Lady Val said 2 more chapters read. I switched over to the audiobook version, and I think it's actually better this way. The narrator's doing a great job with it.
Awesome.
Sometimes that works out a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And Jessica Ann's at 26 pages, 58% for Anita, 51 pages for Purple Rain. And Kay is on page 254 of 321, getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicole said, more editing and getting ready to head out for the day with my granddaughter. Well, you have fun, Nicole.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. It's dark out.
Yeah. It's the daytime for her.
Mm-hmm.
And Cajun said made it to 23%. And Jared started sparkling cyanide by Agatha Christie. That sounds like an interesting one. And Sherry got to 20%. And Tina didn't read, but watered her cactuses. It was a mess. Oh, there you go. That's productive anyway. And Annie made it to 21%. And Nicole says, oh, I love the Virgin River series. I finished it mid-year last year. Yeah, we have 4 left. And so I'm pretty sure we will finish this year. So, and my friend, she's always like, every time I read one, I want to read another. Like, she really
every time I
that.
read one, I want to chuck it across the room. So,
we have gotten out of the big baby stage.
Okay.
I will say, at least they're not like popping out like they were at the beginning. So I'm like, I wonder if somebody said something to her, like, you know what, it's like, drink the water. There's babies popping out,
right?
And stuff. So
maybe I'll get back to it at some point. We'll see.
I don't like what they've done to the TV show, because they've thrown people together that shouldn't be together, that are already married in like the book series, and it's like, I don't get it. That like Bree, which is Jack's sister. In the TV series, she's like with Brady, and Brady's with the lady named Cheryl in the book, and Bree is married to Mike, who is the policeman on the show, who's not married to anybody yet or with anybody. And it's like, why are you messing my people up? I don't like it. I asked my friend, I'm like, is there another season coming out? It's like, not that I'm like looking forward to it, but I do like to see how they wrecked my show, my favorite book series. So
well, that's the problem when you end up watching. Like, I mean, like I've talked about Bridgerton. Like, I like it for what it is, but I'm so disappointed.
Yeah. It's like it's kind of fun to see it come to life, but then at the same time, yeah, it's like
and how the characters, the casting of the characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Jessica Lynn says, I am on the last chapter, 97% through, probably leaning towards a 3 to 3.5.
Well done.
And Jennifer, we'll call her Jennifer K, said, switch to my audiobook. 2 chapters. Cool. And Nicole says, we're off to the library to see if she can pick some books for me to read on camera, as I have set a channel for her and she loves it. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, fantastic.
Fun. And she says it's almost 11 a.m. here on Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah, it always boggles my mind whenever, like Australian time and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And PK says, I took KO to work with me for the first time and the vet. He's zonked out right now. Yeah. Wore him out.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, are you in Australia? Yeah. And Nicole says, the TV show is sucky. It is.
There you go.
And Jennifer said, is the Virgin River series better to read or listen to? Don't care for the Netflix show. I like listening to it. Teresa Plummer is the narrator for it.
She's a good narrator.
Really good narrator. And so, yeah, I like listening to it.
She does the Brie Baker series too, I believe.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicole's like, yes, I am. She's like, awesome. Have a fun time. And I like the Virgin River show. I want to read the books, even though I know they're very different. Yeah, just go in expecting that the Virgin River books are very cozy and sweet. And they do have there is sex in them, but they're still sweet and they're fluffy kind of romances, not the drama that you see on the show.
They almost had to up the ante for the TV show, right?
Yeah, they've put a lot of drama that's never been in the in the books. It's like, whoa. And Tina says, I love the Virgin River show. I want to read the books. Oh, yeah. I think I read that one. Yeah. And I made 77%.
Well done.
Sarah.
Yeah, he keeps pacing back and forth.
Tina says, as a show watcher, I love Brie and Barry, and I don't like Mike. Yeah, and see, and Mike's totally different in the book series. He's not like he is there, so I like Mike.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Brady's totally different too in the book series. He's definitely not. He's kind of a bad boy, but he's not that kind of a bad boy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And PK says, I can't watch Bridgertons because I'm a historical fiction stickler and I understand their need to accommodate viewers, but it's wrong.
I do have to say, when the casting came out and they announced Simon, I went, wait a minute.
Yeah, I know. I read the book and I was like, whenever I was reading, and even the other characters, I'm like, I'm reading this, because I'm reading it after the show has come out, and I'm like, yeah, something's wrong.
I have to say though, the casting of Anthony Bridgerton was just perfect.
But I'm still waiting till I read all of them before I try to watch the show. So
That's fair.
Just so I don't get spoiled for any of the books.
Because that's what's going to happen, is that people are now going to be like, oh, I read book 1, so now I can watch season 1. Read book 2, but now they're going to be like, oh, season 3 is finished. I can watch it, then read and you're going to be like, what? That's
not the right person.
Well, to be completely honest, the books are spoiled at the end of season 1 for the show, which still pisses me off. You're past book 4 now, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be on.
You've read Colin and Penelope's story.
Yeah, To Sir Philip with Love is the next one, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So that big reveal.
Yeah.
Happens in.
Yeah, I knew exactly whenever you said that it made you mad because they revealed something about the Colony and Penelope. Whenever I read that, that's why I texted you. I was like, oh, I bet I know what it is. Yeah. And you were like, yes.
My mom's watching going, oh, I had a feeling. I'm like, oh.
And it's like, yeah, that's like almost the whole book. And they spoiled in
right. So now I'm wondering, what are they going to do in season 3 of the TV show where it's already been done?
Yeah, that is going to be kind of curious. But
I'll watch it anyway, just because I'm.
So that's after that, it's like, yep, I better just make sure I read them all before so I don't get spoiled. PK says the Virgin River series. I saw the first season. I wanted to like it, but the main characters irritated me too much. Yeah, and see, and Jack and Mel, they fought a little bit in the first one because of what was going on with them, but it's never been like this. They're still fighting. It's like we got 4 seasons or whatever it is, and they're still not quite together. And it's like, okay, they got together at the end of book 1.
Let's drag this out as long as we possibly can.
Yeah. And Sarah says, I'm looking forward to your new channel.
Thank you.
And so that's good because I think Mike is very annoying. Yeah. Agreed, Anthony Bridgerton.
Swoon.
I like the casting of Bridgerton, but I do not like it as an adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Tangible Reads.
Welcome.
And Nicole says, love all the Bridgerton books.
My
I have
favorite.
enjoyed all of them so far, too. I mean, the first one wasn't my favorite, but it's like out of the 4, it's like on the bottom.
No, and out of the entire series, the first book is my least favorite, to be honest.
Tina says, I've only read the first 2 Bridgerton books. Absolutely love them. I'm not a fan of the show.
It's you got to separate it and think like the world, like the Bridgerton TV show is a different universe. This is what it's not going by what we're used to historically, right?
Yeah. Well, even like the Agatha Raisin, like now that I've read 2 books, I'm like, I'm not sure if I would have liked the TV show if I would have read the books first, because they have definitely switched some things out to make it like more modern or whatever. That's not in the books. And I'm like, so I get a little confused because I'm like, that voice not like he is on the TV show. I'm like, something got a little change there. And something, yeah, so I'm like, oh. Yeah. But I'm liking the books, even though Agatha makes me cringe a little bit. And Jesse said I read 45 pages of killer research. Cool.
Well done. Well done.
So do you have anything interesting coming up soon?
Well, I just had the announcement go up today for the new channel that Steve Donahue and I are starting together.
Oh, I missed that. I haven't seen
it. And then tomorrow I have another announcement video coming up with the week of announcements. And then I'm hoping to get my March wrap up done sometime this week.
Cool.
What about you?
Good night, Anita. And well, I have my series one that I haven't got edited yet, so I need to get it done and edited. And I think that's pretty much the only thing I have up going yet. I got my recent reads one done yesterday. So.
Awesome. Always fun.
The series one takes a little bit more editing because it's mostly putting pictures, because like putting the book pictures on it, and there's a lot of book pictures.
Yeah, sure enough.
Like I think there's I talk about 39 series and 51 books. So
yeah, that takes a bit of time.
Yeah, so. Well, I think it's good time to say goodnight.
Yes.
We said thanks, Storm and Sarah, for the words. So
I know that we were mentioning, it was posted in the Discord, that Friday will be 7:00 on my channel for sprints. Because it's Good Friday, most people are off work. I may actually push it to the afternoon, so maybe some people in the UK can join if they want. So if that happens, I'll post it in the Discord, and I will put a note on my channel, just so people are aware.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yep, just let us know, and thanks for joining me and hanging out with me the whole time and
Thank you.
not falling asleep on me.
No worries.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.